Today we're talking about this. This is the Tromba Jazzbone, a small bore plastic trombone with the primary notable feature of the fact that its slide is half length. It sort of takes this idea, I guess you could say, from the contrabass trombone, except that slide is full length as opposed to this example. So we'll show this instrument and its constituent pieces. I shall disassemble it now for you. We have the bell section. This is very unremarkable in every particular way. It has a tuning slide that extends and contracts in length to adjust the tuning of your instrument. This feature is pretty ununique in the fact that it appears on virtually every brass instrument. But yes, that is a thing. The bell flare is a little bit interesting in the sense that most instruments the bell would flare around more, whereas this tends to just be a little bit more of a projection sort of thing. But you know, this is a thing. The second thing is the slide section. Now this is, as I've said, half length. And it has a couple of interesting features. It has a dual bank of water keys. So it has two spit valves, one for each slide. Necessary because you're going to get spit or other assorted liquids in the slide, but it would have been nice if they'd thought of a way to have one lever going to both spit valves. They didn't think of that, so -1 point there. It has two little rubber stoppers on the end of it. You know, but who really, given the height of this instrument, is going to be resting it on the ground? I don't know. You'd have to be very short for that to work. Unless you wanted to use this as a pencil eraser. So if you're writing scribbles or annotations, as they like to call them, on your music, you could just sort of erase it with the end of your slide. That might be a thing. I don't know. The slide has 4 tubes. They're all the same size, and they are all concluded with these brass sort of sleeves that go over the outside, very thin brass sleeves that go along the bottom here. Now you'll notice that there are 2 of them, well you may not notice, but you will notice now because I've pointed it out, that there are 2 of these which have the plastic extending a little bit further. The slides don't end in the same place, and that is, I don't know why that is, in fact. It's just a quirk of this particular instrument. But if you thought the slide on a traditional tromba plastic trombone is loud, well, this is twice as loud because it has twice the number of stockings and therefore twice the surface area for it to grind up against. If I run my finger along the slide, I get little pieces of plastic and other assorted debris coming off on my fingers. It's rather gross. And so whilst this slide may function, it's really quite unappealing on closer examination. In fact, what I have here is a somewhat clean white rag. I shall now rub it down over the slide, and it is no longer white, it is dirty coloured. One of the weird things about the slide is that it's got this little tube here. I have zero idea about why that exists. It's hollow, it goes all the way through, and it corresponds with a hole up in the interstices here, which I'm not going to be able to show you in any meaningful way. But I don't know why that exists. And it's quite annoying because it gets in your hand. Let me just reassemble the slide. It takes no more than 7 or 8 minutes. But it sits up in there, and it sort of gets in the way of where you'd like to hold the instrument. The ends here are a little bit sharp. I don't know why it's there. It confuses me. But that's really all there is to write home about. You get 2 mouthpieces. They've got no stamping. Well, this one's got no markings on it or anything. I assume the other one is very similar. And yes, so that is an overview of the physical construction of the instrument. Oh, there is one very, very important feature that I have missed, and that is the brand name inscribed upon the bell. It says Tromba. Tromba being the brand. One of the other issues that I've noticed with the instrument, just physically playing it, is that when you play a normal trombone, the edge of the bell is often useful as a marker for where third position is. And so, you know, many people, even though some, you know, band directors and teachers say you should never do this, many people use their fingers on the bell to at least judge where the slide should go. And it's useful even if you don't physically make contact with the bell. It's a useful landmark for where the slide needs to be. And from that you can work out where fourth position is and so forth. With this trombone, things are a little bit different. The positions are halved. So until you've got some reasonable work done on this instrument, it's going to be a little bit hit or miss where the slide goes. So third position is sort of around there. Fourth position is similar to where the bell is. Fifth and sixth, and I don't think there is actually a seventh position properly, because that's when the slide falls off. It's all sort of by guesswork, and you need to use your ears to register whether the slide's in the correct place or not. However, these are all things that are going to get better with some experience with this instrument. One thing that is a manufacturing fault, an actual limitation of this instrument, is that one particular interval in the harmonic series is dreadfully out of tune, and that is a high F. Not really high F, as in scrunch the undies and crinkle the eyelids sort of F, but just F on the top of however many ledger lines, 2 and a bit. So let me compare with a low F. It's out of tune. And that's really all I've got to say about this instrument. So what I'll do is I'll give you a bit of a demo playing a bit of a tune. Yeah. That's about enough of that. Hello, yes, you there, right. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more of the sort of stuff that I produce, then please feel free to have a wander around my channel up here, or even consider becoming a subscriber. If you live near an internet or have your own internet that you can pop into, then please feel free to check out my Facebook or Twitter things. You can there connect with me and do stuff, as well as keeping up to date with what I'm up to. If you are in the position to be able to support this channel and help me to bring new and exciting videos to you, please feel free to become a Patreon supporter by clicking here. Thanks very much.